Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Yeah, when millions of people leave the job market, that doesn't mean the unemployment number went down. It just means less people have jobs.
Yeah.
So those are the type of things we kind of enlighten you on. And then we have, great guests with us, like Lisa Odom with McDowell Odom, LLP, an incredible estate planning and attorney firm out here that we've been working with for quite some time now, and now working with personally, right, Gino?
Yeah, and, we were going over kind of my experience a little bit, and... it's not as bad as you think it is. It's really not. It's not that difficult. It's just it's easy to put them aside. It's easy to think it's not important. And I've got to say, probably my grandfather's passing was probably definitely the catalyst that got that all moving again.
Well, let's give you a catalyst to join us here in the studio here at the Vault Media Studios, our own custom-built studio, so you can see our lovely guest. She's looking very pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
I saw you working out with me last night, too, like at 8 o'clock when we finally got off work.
Yep.
Working away, spin class. Lisa Odom with McDowell Odom, LLP, and she's our chosen estate plan expert for a reason. And the main reason that I've learned, and we've learned with most professionals, Lisa, is going through the process, I'm sure Gino can back me up, is that you ask the right questions and you actually listen. What a concept. Because many professionals want to tell you what they know, not what's important to you. Am I right?
That's absolutely right. You have to get to know your clients in order to advise them properly. Everybody's situation, as I said in the last segment, is different. And so the documents can't be the same. They have to reflect your interests, like you said. Pets were really important to you. Pets might not be very important to you, but those 3 little darlings are probably very important to you.
Yeah, we do have 4 pets. I got to see what we wrote about that.
Yeah,
Give them all to Cindy.
No. No lunatic. Can I look at his before he signs off on anything?
No, but
because I want nothing to do with those animals. Cindy would. Just so you know, and true, my wife does pet sitting on the side because she just loves animals. She's like Snow White when she walks through our backyard. Animals land on her and birds chirp, and it's just me. So she watches their animals. I don't know about your lunatic.
She's really the only one. The others are fine.
Yeah.
You and Luna just don't get along.
Lunatic?
Well, her name is Luna, but...
I call her lunatic.
Yeah,
she doesn't like me.
She and Dawn don't get along very well.
Got it.
Yeah. She's like one of those little rat dogs that nips at your ankles.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is a rat dog. Yeah. Anyways, I love animals. I really do. But lunatic and I don't get along. So this is not really a sponsored by PetSmart. No. We're here with Lisa Odom with McDowell Odom LLP, and again, you can always find out so much more about our incredible group of experts on aprgi.com, America's Professional Resource Group, the very best professionals you can find in Santa Cruz that are accountable to you right here in Santa Cruz. Most professionals have been in business for decades, so they are accountable for a reason. And Lisa, you're part of that group. How do you like being part of APRG?
Oh, it's a great group. I've been really happy with every professional I've used has been awesome.
Isn't it nice to know that you have a great resource? Because we find when we've been in our industries as long as we have, our next goal is really to try to reach out and help more people, not just with whatever our expertise is, ours being, of course, home financing, yours being estate planning, but then a lot of your clients have other questions.
Absolutely.
I mean, for example, us, we have to figure out our partnerships and stuff and doing insurance plans for those partnerships. And you're like, well, I have just the people to work with. And they have somebody go, oh, now you're doing the partnerships, you better put them in trust and so forth.
Exactly.
So it all goes hand in hand. It's nice that we all kind of work together on our clients' best interest, not our own.
That's right.
All right, so let's dive into the reasons people avoid estate planning. Again, you can go to donandgino.com, click on the live streaming, and you can enter the vault and watch our show.
So, Lisa, I'm sure you hear from a lot of people that it's not important, or it's not for me, or I don't have an estate, or probably the number one thing I hear, which I'm sure you hear the same thing, is, well, I don't have $10 million, and it's exempt to $10 million now, so I don't even have to worry about it.
Yes, that is absolutely the thing that I hear most. I think, and as I told you guys, I think the problem is with the word estate. I think that the word estate actually elicits a feeling of a sprawling mansion in Beverly Hills, when really an estate is just all the things that you own. And anybody who even has a bank account or clothing has an estate. Sure, do all estates have the same plan for how they are handled when someone passes? No, because not everybody needs the same kind of planning.
Right.
But the word estate really is just a collection of all your assets. It includes your home, your timeshares, your personal property, your cars, your 401ks, your IRAs,
And your health. I mean, like medical wise.
well,
and stuff.
yeah. Your person is part of. I mean, the whole gamut is covered by an estate plan, and your estate is really all of these things that make up what needs to be thought of. And as you get older, and you know, you're right. People have all sorts of excuses, but probably that's the biggest one. There's also, you know, people think they're boring or that they're too tedious. But actually, the other big one is people just don't want to think about dying. But and that's the hard part
quite
about
the
that
roadblock.
is quite a roadblock. And the
Yep.
problem is that especially with the Advanced Healthcare Directive, it is an incredibly important document. But if you're scared of death and you don't want to think about it, you're going to avoid something that still needs to be dealt with, even though it's a hard topic. And we try to really walk people through this in a way that is not scary or offensive or upsetting. We try to make, I don't know if you can say it's fun to talk about what happens when you die.
Yeah, it's very comfortable with you.
But-
I would say it was light.
Yeah, it was
It's
very light.
I try to keep it light.
Well,
I mean,
actually, you took it where it wasn't really about death. It was
No.
about planning. That's
it's
all
about
it was.
planning. It's if you think about many things you plan, anybody, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a busy CEO of a company, we plan all sorts of things in our life. This is just part of our plan, and it has to be dealt with because the ramifications of what happens when we don't do it are not so great.
Well, I think we've talked about in the past that, you know, from a very basic level, should get a trust, right? So at what point are you wealthy enough to need a trust?
So typically, under California law, if you have assets that exceed $150,000, you are likely to need a trust. Now, I say likely because there are ways of avoiding certain things with beneficiary designations, and there's other tools that we can use. However, usually 150,000 is kind of the magic mark. And then also if you own real estate in California, as you guys know, is tricky. You can't just have, you know, Bob sign off for you, you know, Bob will sign Don's deed for him and transfer the property to someone else. It doesn't work that way. No,
Yeah.
not
Okay,
so much.
I didn't think so.
So because of that, the trust is a really important tool with anybody who owns real estate, even if the real estate's value is not very high. We have clients who've had $2,000 parcels of property in Northern California swampy marshland, and they had to go through a probate to get that property transferred. So,
Well, when we'll talk a little bit more. Again, you're here with Donna Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, with Don Gatling, Gino Fronti, and the lovely Lisa Odom with McDowell Odom, LLP, our estate planning gurus. And we're going to go into the reasons. We just went into why you avoid estate planning. And now we're going into who needs an estate plan and why, and what happens if you don't have one. So you want to stay tuned to the Don Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We'll be right back.